All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, wherever you are tuning in from the world. I'm just going to take a few moments to give everybody some time to jump in, and I'm going to get my my screen set up so I can see any questions that pop up and all that good stuff. It looks like we don't really even have a delay today. Wow, this is going to be real time. So let's see here. How do we get this set up? I think it's been a couple months it's been since we've had one of these, so I'm gonna attempt to put this on Periscope at the same time. So if you all just give me a couple minutes here, I appreciate your patience. In the meantime, you can invite all your friends to join us. Okay, so that looks like it's working. I think chat's working. And let me get on Periscope here and see if I can figure out how to multitask. Okay, let's see. You guys are going to see this, how this really plays out. Now, I don't know if I'll always do this. I just want to try it once to see if it's viable to try to do two medias at once, me holding my phone and me on the YouTube chat. Okay, we got Periscope going, got YouTube going. So here we are. I think people will join on one medium or both medium. And this is how this is going to work. I am on my computer doing YouTube and holding my phone doing Periscope. I apologize if I'm not looking directly at the camera on one of them or both of them. I'm going to do my best to do it. I figured I'd give Periscope an option because it might be a preferred medium for some of you and others might prefer YouTube. So we have both of them going. Anyways, today is Sunday. What is today? The 22nd of November, 2015. We have 39 days left in 2015. Can you believe that? So I hope wherever you are in the world that you're having an enjoyable morning, afternoon, evening, wherever it is. I see Maine popping up. I see Canada. I see a couple other places around the world. So for those of you jumping on right now, this is on YouTube and Periscope. Periscope, you have the option of pushing the heart buttons and liking it, which just helps people become aware of it. I appreciate that. YouTube, you can copy and share the link and share it with your friends. I will be glancing up and down periodically. When I glance down, that means I'm looking at the Periscope. When I glance up, I'm looking at YouTube. So I'm trying to interact with everybody. And here's what will happen. I'm going to spend about 20 minutes or so talking and sharing with you guys some ideas and tips and strategies I have for making 2016 a truly epic year. And then what we'll do is we'll open it up to Q&A. And Q&A is kind of a roundtable discussion. You can ask anything that we talked about. If there's something else you want to ask, feel free to do that. YouTube, for those of you ask on YouTube, you can type it into the chat comments thing, and I'll see it on there. Periscope, you may have to ask a couple times just because it pops up a lot faster and I can't go back and re-review it. So YouTube has a nice luxury of typing it and it's permanently there. Periscope, it's gone. Okay, so just bear with me again. We're doing this on both platforms. I see lots more people logging on now. So let's get started. And I encourage you all to take notes, jot down ideas that you have. If you get any insights, aha moments that happen. Also, if you have questions that pop up, definitely write down what your questions are going to be, and I can answer them when we get to the end. And everybody who's putting hearts in on Periscope, thank you. I appreciate the hearts. That just helps us. So again, you guys, as we're doing this, please feel free to share this with friends and family. It just helps them know what's going on. Not everybody sees the updates on Facebook, and we can have more people in our party. It looks like we have probably about 50 or so right now across both platforms. Awesome. Okay, let's do this. So big ideas, big goals, big tips, big strategies for creating an epic 2016. I understand that we're still 39 days away from 2015, 38, depending on where you are in the world. And I don't think it's ever too soon to start planning ahead. I shared with the members of the Zero Limits Mastermind last week that I spent some time and I spent some time on planning out my 2016 schedule, and it was such an empowering thing to fill out my schedule book with planned dates, planned events I have, all these types of things, and just really look at it and say, wow, that's my year. Those are some foundational pieces of the year. Now it's time to build around it. And so the first thing I would encourage each and every one of you to do is set a goal. And before you go, oh, a goal setting, Jesse, I've heard this before. You've talked about goal setting. Everybody's talked about goal setting before. Let me expand on that a little bit. I don't want you to just set a goal. I want you to set multiple goals. And when you set multiple goals, I want you to do it this way. I want you to look at your life, really give yourself a good, honest, introspective look of your life. Look at what's working. Look at what's not going as well as you'd like. Look at what you'd radically like to improve upon. And ask yourself, what are some key things that I would like to build on in these areas? What are some key strategies, some key movements I can make, key wins I could make? What are some aims I have? Okay, so for example, if you have a goal in health and fitness and you haven't been exercising, a goal could be losing 20 pounds. A goal could be being able to run a marathon in 4 hours. A goal could be able to hike some really big mountain. Let's say you're looking at area of finance and there's some things that are working really well in there. A goal might be, how can I build on what's already working well? Or a goal might be, okay, looking at what's working well, and I got that. What can I do in these other areas of it that I could build on? And here's the thing. If I'm being successful here, how can I apply what I'm currently being successful with to what's not working quite as well? Okay, because here's the thing. Success is something, a lot of times we think that, oh, if I'm successful in one area of my life, that's it. That's not it. You can be successful in multiple areas of your life by applying the same principles, the same tools, the same strategies across the board. So if you know how to be successful in one way, I promise you this, those are your breadcrumbs. Follow them and just change out what the goal is. And you'll be able to realize that you can achieve at the same level in any aspect of your life. Incidentally, all I'm going to share with you today is going to be a blueprint that you can follow for over and over again and for any aspect of your life. So this doesn't just have to apply to finances or relationships or a new job or health or anything like that. It can apply to all of them. And if it works for one, I bet you can probably make it work for another one. So first and foremost is set a goal, and don't just have the goal be something, the generic, oh, I want to lose 20 pounds, even though I just use it as an example. That's fine. Make your goal something that's really meaningful to you. So look around your life. What do you want to improve on? What do you want to grow? And I see somebody saying reconnect with lost friends. So let's say your goal is to reconnect with lost friends. The next step in setting a goal is asking, why is this important? Why is this important? See, a lot of times when people don't achieve goals, it's because they don't put enough emotional intensity behind it. They don't put enough, and thank you for all the hearts, everybody on Periscope. They don't put enough emotional intensity behind it, meaning that it's just a goal, it's a word on a piece of paper, it's a thought, it's an idea in your head, and there's no power behind it. The emotion that we put behind something is going to be the power that really drives us and pushes us towards wanting to achieve that goal. And so if your goal is to reconnect with more friends, you need to ask why. Why is that? And you might find that by asking why, it's because that these people were people who brought a lot of meaning and value to your life, because the friends were someone who you shared special memories with, and you're at a stage in your life where you really want to have people like that to share more special memories with. And that is a lot more powerful, isn't it, than just saying, my goal is to reconnect with friends. And then there's that awkward silence afterwards where we don't know why. My goal is to lose 20 pounds. Why do you want to lose 20 pounds? Make it emotional. You want to put as much emotional intensity behind your goal as possible. And here's why. The more emotion you have, think about this. Think about emotion as it's like fuel to the fire. The more emotion you pour in, the bigger the fire, the hotter it's going to burn. And if these are goals that are really meaningful and important to you, if these are things that are really significant and matter to you, put some fuel behind it. You want that sucker burning so big and so bright that it will be impossible to ignore it. You'll never be able to go to sleep without seeing it. And you'll always be feeling it, meaning that the fire is burning so hot and bright that you can feel the heat, meaning your goal is burning so hot and bright that you can always feel the desire to work towards it. See, a lot of people, when they miss out on goals, is they miss the emotion behind it. They write the word down on paper because they've read all the books or they've heard the stories about, well, all you have to do is think about it and then it's going to happen. And then it doesn't happen. They say, well, shit, there it goes. I tried and no, it didn't work. I guess this whole goal setting thing is just not for me. No, it's not it. It's just because you didn't have the emotion behind it, right? You didn't have the emotion. Those of you who have been successful in anything in your life, I promise you one of the key steps in that success has been the emotion you put behind it. The emotion you put behind it. Think about this. Anything in your life, how motivated do you do something when you don't have a lot of emotion behind it? Right? Not a lot. It's kind of like when you're sitting there watching TV and you want to get up and you want to shut a window, but it's not affecting you that much yet. So you're kind of, But here's the thing. As soon as it gets really cold, you're highly motivated to get up and shut that window, right? But if the temperature hasn't changed that much, it's kind of just one of those things. Emotion is going to be key to success. So you need to find a goal, figure out what area of your life you want to improve on, set a goal accordingly, and then put emotion behind it. Put some fire behind it. Remember, fuel to the fire. After you do that, number 2, once you have your goal, you have your emotion behind it, you need to come up with a plan. You need to come up with a plan. And I say that because now this, let me pause for a second. I say that because you don't need it with a plan. Sometimes when you think of a plan, we think, well, I don't know everything. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know all the steps. And that's fine. This isn't about knowing all the steps. This isn't by any means about knowing all the steps. It's about having a plan, an idea of where to go. And so putting a plan together is going to be something that's going to help you just enhance your success. So for example, if we talk about the fitness goal, your plan might be to join a gym. It might be to exercise so many times a week. It might be to go shopping every Monday and Saturday for healthy food. It might be to contact friends and get them to go to the gym with you. It might be to watch a couple videos every week on exercises and learn new routines. If your goal is to reconnect with new friends, I saw somebody mention that. It might be, okay, the first step on the plan might be to make a list. Make a list of all the people you want to reconnect with. Then another step might be to figure out what time zones they're in. Are you going to talk to them via text message or phone calls or emails or on a web chat or something like that? And, I might also add something to why do I want to reconnect with this person? Some memories that I had with them, something that helps me reconnect with them. So when I contact this person I haven't talked to for 2-3 years, I can say, hey, Jake, it's been a while. You remember that time when we were 9 years old and we ate the chocolate cake and we ate so much of it and then we had ice cream and then we started laughing so hard and you had cake and ice cream coming out of your nose? And then he says, oh my gosh, I haven't thought about that in 5 years. And then all of a sudden it's reconnecting. So you guys are back on this wavelength that you're familiar with, this wavelength that you were once on. So something really powerful. So that's the plan. Number 3, after you have your plan in place, you got to take some action behind it. You got to take action behind it. And what is action exactly? Action is it's doing something. It's doing something, taking a step towards that which you want. See, we can write all these things down on paper. We can have all the thoughts. We can be fired up about it and all that. But if we don't take action, we're never going to achieve anything. An action that you've all taken the day is by logging on here, interacting, setting time aside on your Sunday or your Monday, whatever day it is, and spending time on here. And here's the thing. You may have saw the post on Facebook or Twitter or something about the chat, and you thought, wow, that'd be really great. But unless you're putting action behind it, you're not going to show up to learn, right? And then some of you are taking even more action by pushing the heart button on Periscope or typing in questions on YouTube and Periscope. And you're taking notes because you're going to have more questions to ask afterwards, and you're here to learn. Okay, those are actions. Actions empower you. Actions put things in motion. Actions take ideas and make them physical and concrete realities. And so the action you take right away is so crucial. So you have your goal. Awesome. You have your plan. Fantastic. You got to take an action to begin executing that plan. And again, for the example with the friends, now we have our list with the friends. Now we know who we want to talk with. We know what time zone we're in. And then the action you might take is actually contacting them. Or the action you might take is looking up and finding their contact information if you don't have it. It might be meeting up or interacting, reaching out to a mutual friend and finding out what happened to this person. What's their email? What's their phone call? If your action is to lose the 20 pounds, it might be calling the gym and getting that membership. It might be getting in your car and driving down to the gym. It might be as soon as we log off from here, you're going for a walk or a run, or as soon as we're done, we're doing push-ups, or maybe even you're dropping and doing push-ups right now and you're just listening to me and doing some push-ups and squats while you're doing the chat. Okay, those would be actions. If you're taking notes, that's an action. It helps you integrate, it helps you remember your learning and deepen them even more. So action is going to be such a crucial step to this. Nothing is going to happen without action. If you don't move, if you don't put anything into motion, nothing changes. And so those of you who have ever experienced something in your life where it hasn't changed, it's likely because you haven't taken enough action towards making it change, or you've taken action towards it, but it wasn't the appropriately directed action, which leads to number 4. And number 4 is you got to get an accountability buddy or a mentor. You got to get an accountability buddy or mentor, somebody to help hold you accountable. A lot of times we can go off and we can have the best energy and fire off ideas and put things into play. But if we're not directing it in the right area, the right way, it's going to be kind of like shooting at a bullseye, but we're blindfolded. You know, we may miss it. We may hit it. There's a chance. And we may miss it too. So getting somebody there to help you, whether it's friends, families, or a professional person, do it. If you have really big goals and you want to make some significant changes, get a professional to help you. I think I've shared with many of you that I hosted my first live event this year. It was an amazing experience. I absolutely loved it. I learned so much from it, and I did most of the work myself, putting it all together. I want to grow it, and I realized that my strength is not in event planning, event marketing, or anything like that. So for next year when I do them, which I'm planning on doing 2 of them, I'm going to find somebody to help me do that. Somebody whose expertise is in marketing and events and figuring out how to do all those things, because I'm not very good at it. I'm looking at starting to do a new fitness regime, and I want to incorporate some Pilates into it. And I sent a text message this morning at 5 a.m. when I was doing my workout to somebody who I know is a Pilates instructor and working on coordinating and setting up an appointment for it. So those are actions. I have the idea, okay? I have a goal. I want to improve my posture. I want to improve my strength. I'm trying to rehab a bum back. I have a plan. Okay, what do I need to do? I need to do this. I need to do stretching. I need to do more core work. I need to do all these things. And then I took action behind it. I sent the text message out, scheduled the appointment, right? And then I did number 4, which is I contacted a mentor and accountability buddy. I have somebody there who can help me, who can correct the posture, who can look at things, who can notice things differently. You know, and I counted, and you guys, here's an example of how powerful it is. Anthony Robbins is one of the leaders in the personal development world. And I remember him sharing one time in a chat that he has a client that he's had for, gosh, it might be 20 years or so. And this guy pays him over $1 million a year, plus he gets a percentage of the profits the guy makes. And he told the guy one time, he said, hey, you know, you don't have to do this anymore. We're such good friends now. I would just do this for you for anything because I care about you so much. Don't worry about it. And the guy said, no, Tony, you don't get it. This is worth it to me. I'm not just paying for you. I'm investing in myself because of the level of accountability you give me. That's worth so much to me. And again, 20 years he's been doing it. And the level of accountability is just, he can't even put a price tag on it. So I can tell you all from personal experience of getting that accountability is just going to help you. It's going to help you laser in and focus on what direction specifically you need to take, how you can best utilize your actions. Any of you have ever started something, thank you for the hearts on Periscope, everybody. Any of you have ever started anything and you've been trying and you're not seeing the results, it can be frustrating, right? It's like banging your head against the wall. And at some point you start to get a headache and you think, I just don't want to do this anymore, my freaking head hurts. Having that person to help guide you, help direct you in the way so you're not just banging your head in place, it can be the most powerful and empowering experience. And it's going to be something that's going to allow you to free up your precious time and energy to really put it into the things that matter, the goals you have, and also nurture the things that are really important to you. Those of you who have friends and family that you want to spend time with, a lot of times we get intimidated by making goals because we think it's going to take so much time away from our family. And that doesn't have to be the case at all. You know, one of the greatest pieces of feedback I get consistently from clients is they'll say that one of the most valuable things they've learned from me is time management and how they're able to get more done with using up less of their time, which means then they have more free time for the people and the things that they want to spend time with. So again, this is something else that where you get that professional, get a mentor, get an accountability buddy that's going to help you direct your energy towards what you want. It's going to make the first 3 things that much more powerful. Okay, so quick review. We got 4 keys that if you put these keys, 4 steps, that if you put these steps into practice in any aspect of your life, you are setting yourself up to make an amazingly epic 2016. And again, these keys, I'm going to run through them again really quick. These keys that when you put them into place, these strategies, these tools, you can you can apply them to any aspect of your life. You can apply them to any aspect of your life. You can put them to your fitness. You can put them to your relationships, your finances, your career, your spirituality, all those types of things. It's just about the application, okay? And so first step is getting a goal. And remember what we talked about is you're not just going and writing down on a piece of paper, oh, this is it. You're getting a goal. You're looking at the areas of your life, what's working, what's not working, what do you want to improve on? And you're looking at specific things that you can do in each of those areas that are going to help you improve, help you grow, help you get more out of what you want. And then once you have a goal, you're putting the emotion behind it. So you set your goal and then you're asking yourself a why question. Why is this a goal? Why is this important to me? Why does this matter? Get emotion. Remember, we said is emotion's like the fire, the fuel to the fire. The more emotion you dump in, the more fuel you dump in, the hotter and brighter that fire burns. The hotter and brighter the fire burns, the less likely it is to go out, and the more you're going to feel it, meaning that you're going to wake up feeling it, the heat. You're going to bed feeling the heat. And it's a really good thing to feel warm and fired up. So do it and dump as much emotion in as possible. Number two, once you have your goal, once you put enough emotion behind it, you're making a plan. You're getting a plan together, and a plan can be picking up a pen and paper and writing down steps, the steps you need to take. It might be, we used the example earlier of connecting with old friends. And so it might be writing down the list of all the people you want to reconnect with. It might be writing on that list. Once you do that, you're figuring out what time zone are they in. When's the best time to talk with them? You might be writing down some of your favorite memories that you had with them, things that you want to talk with them about, telling them bullet points. So that stuff would all go into the plan in place. Again, a health example is, what do we need to do to lose our 20 pounds? Get a gym membership, get a personal trainer, go shopping Tuesdays and Saturdays for healthy food, find a nutrition program, watch a healthy nutrition show on YouTube once a week, further our education. And then once we have our plan in place, we're going to go number three, which is taking action. We got to take action. Remember, if we don't do nothing, then nothing happens. If we just sit on our butt and think about these things, look and say, oh, wow, those are really cool looking goals. Yay, boy, happy, happy, happy. Guess what? We're going to sit there and go, yay, happy, happy, happy. And then we're realizing that nothing's happening towards those goals. And pretty soon that yay, happy, happy, happy is going to turn into yay, happy, happy, happy. Oh, fuck this goal stuff. It sucks. Right? And then we're going to go back on the YouTube and we're going to look at some other person guru that's going to tell us how we need to set goals. And then we're going to literally give them the proverbial finger and say, I tried that and that doesn't do shit for me. Okay, so we got to put the action behind it. We have to give ourselves a chance. And action is going to come with the more emotional energy we put behind it in step one, the more inclined we're going to be to take action. And so, for example, we were talking about connecting with friends. The actions we might take are actually now contacting those people, or it's contacting a mutual friend and getting their information. For the exercise, it might be driving down to the gym and getting our membership, showing up. It might be dropping down and doing push-ups right now, which is incidentally, has anybody been doing push-ups while we're talking here? Those are actions. Those are putting energy, putting movement behind your goals. And then once you got those, you're starting to take action. You got your plan, you got your goals. Number four is get an accountability buddy, get a mentor, hire a professional to help. Get somebody on your team that is there for you 100% of the way. Remember, we talked about banging your head into a wall and how you could be taking action. And if you're taking the action, which is awesome, if you're misdirecting the energy, you're going to be putting all this energy into something and you're not going to be getting the results you should be. And so getting that outside person to help guide you, to help mentor you, to help you really see the other way of doing things and help you navigate and to get to where a point at a level of success that you want to be at is invaluable. Remember, we talked about the Tony Robbins example about the person paying him over $1 million a year plus. For over 20 years, this is one of his closest friends. Tony said, hey, you don't have to do this anymore. And the guy said, no, Tony, you want to understand. Your level of accountability is worth so much to me that this isn't even about you. This is about me investing in me because I'm worth it. I am worth it. So that's what I got for you guys. Getting a goal, putting emotion behind it, putting a plan together, making it, I like steps, I like lists, taking some actions behind it, and then getting a mentor, getting an accountability buddy, whatever that is, to help you direct your energy, to help you get your focus. You do these things, you are going to create an absolute epic 2016, and you will see more breakthroughs, more results in any and every aspect of your life that you apply this to. All right? Yes, thank you so much for listening. What questions do you have? I'm here for questions, so I'll be glancing back and forth. So okay, there's a couple on YouTube, and I'll do YouTube, and Periscope. If I don't see yours right away, just re-ask it a couple times. I went to work for one of my friends who's a celebrity, but I don't know how to go about asking them. If they're a friend, I would just say, hey, do you need anybody to help? Do you need help with this? Or tell them about the things that you're doing and say, hey, and tell them how it would benefit them by you working with them. Say, this is what I do. These are the services I offer. This is how I make a difference for my clients currently, and this is what I'd like to do. This is what I'd like to do to help you. Okay, Periscope, I'm looking at you. What questions do you have? I should just say that. YouTube, I'm looking at you. And those of you on YouTube, you can start typing in questions. I'll come back up. Periscope, I'm looking down on my phone. What questions do you have? What is your best advice for someone dealing with a tragic loss? Good question. So I'll give you two things. One is the thing that's helped me more than anything is looking at how can I live my life in a way that's going to honor them, and taking enough emotion behind it and telling myself that the decisions I make, the actions I take, the way I choose to live my life now is going to be a direct reflection of how I choose to honor them. And so if that's somebody who I love, that's somebody who I care about, that's somebody who is meaningful in my life, I'm going to damn well do my best to live a life in a way that's going to honor them and that they'd be proud of. Because if I don't, then it's just like completely disrespecting them. It's like saying that they don't matter, that they were insignificant to me. So that's what I would do. And I would also say too, I've been getting a lot of questions about this over the years, and so one of the new programs I'm going to roll out for 2016 is I'm going to have a course that I think is going to start in January. I think it's going to be in January, and it's going to be on healing from loss, overcoming a loss, moving past loss. You'll be seeing information about it probably mid-December. It's going to be a brand new course I'm going to be offering next year, and it's one of those courses that putting it together has been really special for me because, gosh, I've had so many people reach out to me over the years, and it's been something that I can tell that there's a real need for it. And it was one of those things I was thinking about, what do I want to do for 2016? How do I want to help more? And this was the one that just really stuck out. I was saying, I got to put this together. There's people that need this. There's people that are hurting. There's people that are going through this. And those of us who have lost will probably lose more. Those of us who haven't lost, it's going to happen at some point. So I'm going to have that course. I think it rolls out at the beginning of the year, probably mid-January or so. Great question. What other questions do you have? Facebook or YouTube? Sacramento, our state capital. I hope it's getting a little bit more water there than it is here. Any other questions? So while you all are typing questions, I wanted to mention one other thing. If you've been following on Facebook the last few weeks, you may have seen that there's the application. I'm opening up applications for the Zero Limits Mastermind. If you're interested in that, at all, please email me. I can send you the application, or hop onto Facebook on the 1000 Challenge page, and I'll have posts on it. I'll probably put a post up later today to get the application in. I am reviewing applications over the next couple days, and I'll be contacting people shortly thereafter to let you know if you're in and what the process is. But Zero Limits Mastermind is an awesome program. It's filled with a group of like-minded people from all over the world, and we are going to have a ton of growth. We meet every month. We talk about some big ideas. We have weekly accountability meetings. You get a bunch of really cool free access there too. You get a coaching session with me. You get a ticket to unlock your greatness, and a bunch of other really neat stuff. So I can encourage you all to join in if you'd like. Again, that application, the link to that will be popping up on the Facebook page later today. What other questions? How can we sign up? I'll be putting it on Facebook. You mentioned starting a new program on selling and marketing yourself. Any update? Yeah, I still want to do that, and I haven't put that one together as much because when I was putting feelers out for it, it didn't seem like there was as much of an interest in that as there was with the loss and the relationships. Those seem to be the two biggest ones. So those are going to be the two courses I'm putting on now, and I'm going to likely put something together with business and marketing. I would say probably late spring to midsummer of next year, I'll have something like that together. The other course you talk about is relationships. Will it be including how to incorporate dating, what kind of things we can do to have a successful relationship? I'm not 100% sure about what structure I'm going to put relationships in. I will most definitely be talking about communication. I'll most definitely be talking about how to grow and nurture relationships and different phases of relationships. And so in that, there's going to likely be parts that are going to be cross-applied to dating. And I'm going to make the course where it's going to be something, whether you're just getting in the dating game or if you've been with somebody for 30 to 50 years, you'll be able to ask how you'll be able to get a massive amount of benefit from it. Someone asked you relax. Oops, that just faded away. I didn't get to see it. Periscope's tricky. If you're not on the ball right away, the questions are gone so quick. I have an interview on Tuesday, huge change for me. So any relaxation tips as I'm bricking it? I'm not sure what bricking it means, but what I would suggest for this is when you go into your interview, you have to think about your outcome. And I would encourage you to see yourself as you're already doing well in the interview. I see a lot of times with interviews, where the challenge is people go into these worst case scenario things. They think about the interview and they think about all the things that could go wrong. And so they start putting these pictures in their mind of them walking in and their fly being undone, or they forgot to clean the stains off their shirt, or whatever it is. Instead, spend all the time imagining what can go right in the interview. See yourself in the interview, looking at the person, answering the questions. Watch yourself in your mind, walking in, confidently shaking hands, sitting down. The more you prepare for it that way, the more it's just going to seem like it already is. So no, I wouldn't focus so much on relaxing as I would focus on really creating a positive outcome. And spend less time worrying about what could go wrong, and spend more time focusing on how you're going to make it go right. When will the course be available? The relationship course? The relationship course is going to be, I think, early spring next year. And what I'm going to do with the relationship course is this is going to be the one course I'm going to require people to have taken the self-love course first, because I think that the self-love help course will really feed into it. So I'll be hosting self-love in mid to late February, and then I will be starting the relationship course after that. So it'll probably be, I think it's gonna be late March, early April, something like that. And so I'm doing the self-love course first, so that way everybody who hasn't taken it yet has the opportunity to take it, who wants to take the relationship course. So you go self-love, then the relationships. Does that make sense? Good questions. What else? I saw another one pop up on Periscope and it faded away because I was looking up at YouTube. This is something else. I hope I'm not dizzying any of you, or that I'm doing okay and going back and forth. This is a whole different experience. One of these days I'll get like some fancy thing to help hang, and then I can just look at both of them at the same time. Any other questions? I'll give you guys 30 seconds to type, and then if it doesn't look like there's any other questions, I'll wrap it up. Periscope, thank you again for all the hearts. I appreciate it. You help people find this chat. You help people discover it, people who may not have heard about it. And people on YouTube, I appreciate you sharing the links and passing it on your social media to friends and family. You all, I'm super grateful for you all for helping me do this and help getting the word out and spreading and just allowing me to be able to reach some of your friends and family. What are my plans today? I have a meeting right after this with a client, and then after that, I have my grandmother is in the final stages of Alzheimer's, so she's in really advanced Alzheimer's and has at that point in it where it's not a happy place. She's, she can't speak, she can't really open her eyes much, and so I'm going down to spend a few moments with her and my grandfather. So I'm going south to spend a few moments with her. So it won't be the most exciting morning, and after that, I hopefully will get a nice and delicious lunch. All right, I think that looks like it's for questions. So we'll log out. YouTubers, thank you for your time. Periscopers, thank you for your time. Thank you everybody for all your awesome questions and spending the time with me. Again, remember, goal setting, putting a plan together, taking action, getting that accountability buddy mentor, and ZLM. If you want to join in ZLM, it's Mastermind. Look for the application link on my one year 1000 challenge Facebook page, or you can email me. I can get it to you. you want more information about the course, we can do that. Also, keep in mind that those of you asked about loss, that's going to be coming early 2016. The relationship course is going to be coming springtime. I'm intending to do 2 Unlock Your Greatnesses next year. And, oh, I know what I was going to tell you all. Little inside tip, all of you who are getting the 2016 calendars, which quite a few of you ordered, I am going to put in those calendars all the dates for all the programs I have up to this point. So you guys will get a little insider tip on upcoming courses, upcoming events, everything I have in my calendar for 2016, I'm putting in that calendar so you all can plan accordingly, and you will have the insider information about when the next course, when the next Unlock Your Greatness, all those things are going to pop up. Okay? So just a FYI, and if you want to get the calendar, remember you have to pre-order it by December 1st. I will not be taking any orders after the 1st, just so that way I make sure I have plenty of time to get it out to you before the holidays. Okay? Thank you for the hearts on Periscope. Thank you for the likes and the thumbs up on YouTube. Thank you guys for all your great questions, your great comments, your time today. I know Sunday mornings or afternoons or evenings may not always be the best time, and I appreciate you all being here so much and taking your time with me. I hope you guys have found value in this, and if you have, again, please only share it with your friends and your family and your coworkers. I love meeting new people. I love being able to help more people, and you all help me do that. So thank you, and make today an awesome one. I look forward to doing many more of these in the near future, and I'll figure out how to make this a more efficient process if we do on both of them. All right? Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Let's see. I'm going to stop this first. How do you stop on Periscope? Shoot, I forgot. Okay, now let's stop on YouTube.